Hi everyone, it's Marcy here from Stampin' with Marcy, and I want to thank you for pressing play on today's video. Today I am here with you with the Creating Kindness design team. This is our monthly blog and video hop. Now, not everybody on the team does videos, but a few of us do, so please make sure to click on the links to hop along with us and see what the other team members have designed. This month our focus is on rustic cards, so any type of card that you feel is more rustic. So this is the card that I am going to be creating with you today. It uses the Wood Words stamp set, and I've used the Wood Crate Framelits dies, the little rooster here that goes with it, and the Stitched Shapes Framelits, the circle. Now I have already gone ahead and did a watercolor wash on my watercolor paper, my circle, because it does take a few minutes to dry, so you want to make sure that that's good and dry before you ink it up at all. So let's get started. I have my base of Sahara sand. Now all of the measurements and supplies will be listed on my blog, so please pop on over there to read the full full post and find out everything that I've used and all my measurements, as well as to purchase from my online store if you are in Canada and do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you're working with. So I'm going to attach my Mary Merlot cardstock to my Sahara Sand card front. Just like that. And then I have used the Pinewood Planks embossing folder as well, and I'm going to attach that to my card front. Just like that. Okay. Now this 3x3 square is from the Wood Textures Designer Series paper stack, and I am going to take my paper snips, I'm going to open them up, and I'm going to just rough up that corner there, and then take it the opposite and rough that up, because to me rustic is not pristine and perfect edges, it's a little shabby. So I'm going to take that opposite corner and do the exact same thing. Now this gives you a little bit of paper fluff, fuzzies, so you want to make sure that you clean your surface off. As you see, it's all over the card front, so we'll just scooch that off. Okay. Now to roll the corners easier, I have a Stampin' Spritzer that I have alcohol in it. This dries a little faster than water, so I'm just going to off camera give it a little spritz on both edges, both corners that I have gone and roughed up. And then I'm going to just take and start to roll that. Roll both opposite corners in together. Just like that. And then I'm going to open it back up a bit. So that way it's just curled slightly. So then I'm going to take my liquid adhesive. And I don't want this completely flat down. I want these corners to be popped up a bit. So then I'm going to take and adhere that down. Just like that. Okay. Then I am going to bring in my circle that I have already watercolored. I'm going to bring in a scratch piece of paper, and I'm going to bring in the big flower stamp and my Mary Merlot. Open that up. Ink it up. Stamp off. Breathe on it to re-moisten that remaining ink. And then stamp it across. Just like that. Giving good pressure because it is watercolor paper, so it is thicker and it is a little textured. So to make sure that your ink is really grabbing onto that cardstock. Just like that. Okay, and set that aside. And next I'm going to come in with my little scrap of Sahara sand and close my Mary Merlot up. And I'm going to bring in my soft suede. And my Hello Friend stamp. Ink that up. I always like to take a look and make sure that I've got good coverage on my stamp, and I'm going to line that up on the grid paper here to make sure that it is fairly straight, and then just try not to get my head in the way too much here. Stamp down. Oh, and that's crooked. So flip it over. You've got two sides. Stamping straight and trying not to get my head in the way is a little tricky. There, I like that one better. Close that up. And then I'm going to bring in my Sahara sand, and I'm going to take a sponge that I have cut and just distress up or grunge up around the outside. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to take my sponge and give this a very subtle distress grunge as well. And you can see it just dirties it up just that little bit, giving it, you know, the couple different tones in there. Okay, set that aside. actually. I think that hello is a little long, so I'm going to just snip that, and there'll be enough ink left on here. Just like that. Okay. So I have a piece of the 5/8 of an inch burlap ribbon. I've cut it off, and then I've taken my paper piercing tool. I've snipped the fine little stitching that holds it together, and I've taken my paper piercing tool and I have gone through each one of these strands and pulled it apart like that to make it a rougher, frayed look. So I'm going to take my snail adhesive, and I know I want this on an angle, so I'm just going to take it and run a couple pieces, strips of the snail adhesive, and I'm just going to stick that, I think, bring that up just a smidge more, just like that. And then this here is the 1/4 inch copper trim. Now it is a tube shape, so if you insert your paper snips, you can cut that open and make it much wider, and then you can pull it apart just like that. To give it a very cool, funky look. Stretch it out as much as you want. So then I'm going to take it and see what I think, if that's, yes, I think that'll be good. So then I'm going to take my snail, get rid of some of those fibers, and I'm going to put some snail right there and then stretch this out. You can see it curls right up, so you have to play with it a bit to get the shape, length that you want. Use my fingers pulling both directions at the same time, and then stretch that across just like that. Then I'm going to take some dimensionals and pop them on the back here. So if you like my video, please give me a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any other videos from me. Leave a comment. I love to hear from you and interact with you. Again, if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you're working with and you are living in Canada, I would love to fill that need for you. I have a great rewards program for my customers. Okay, so now I'm going to take I'm almost out of this bottle. Okay, put that right there. And put a little bit of glue on my rooster. You don't need a whole lot. A little goes a long way. Hold that for just a second so it has time to adhere. And then I've got a button from the True Gentleman buttons. The package comes with different colors and sizes. So I have chosen the lighter one, and I've tied a bow with my linen thread. So I'm going to come in with a glue dot and put it on the back. And then tuck this right down here in the bottom. And then snip this off. Just like that. And there you have it. Here's my original, and here's the one I created with you today. So as you see, every time you watercolor, it looks a little bit different. So thank you so much for stopping by today. Please remember to click on the other links to hop along with all the other team members that have a video, as well as check out our blogs to see the full design team's projects. Thanks again, and we will see you soon. Bye.